my god, I am seeing a lot of things I didn't realize could be put in bags. Is this just shit in a bag? I think this is just a big ass is in the way. Shit in a bag. No, a sat on one. No!
Crown on crooked, a plastic sheen. Whispers echo, she's the scene. But minion murmurs lost and low. Seeds of doubt begin to grow. Oh, queen of nothing, on your throne of glass. Your royal decrees, they quickly.
Hello everyone, it is me, the Queen of Nothing, and I have in front of me a package from Custom Hermit Crab Cuisine. There's a QR code, I encourage you to scan it. It came with a little thank you package, which I already opened, and in this thank you package, it had a hermit crab sticker, which will be going on my laptop. Because look at that thing, it's adorable. It also came with a tiny scooper, which I love, I guess, and it's very shallow, which I like. It's to portion out the food evenly. A mini plate, which I think is just so adorable. Especially since the plates and little food dish I ordered for my hermit crab has not come yet. I will be doing an unboxing of those. The thank you package also came with a tiny banana chip, which since it's 80 degrees outside, is a little moist in that bag. I'm sure my hermit crab will love that. And the most confusing yet also oddly amazing thing that came in the thank you package was a tiny hermit crab, a tiny plastic crab, and even tinier plastic crab. These possibly will also be going either on my controller or on my laptop, one of the two, because that's also awesome. And now that we've gotten through all the thank you package and everything that came in that, let's get into the package. I've already opened it up since it was just a USPS package. So now we're going to get into it. It comes with, almost looks like gender reveal colors, like the pinks, purples, blues, and whites. It comes with confetti, which is adorable. I like me some confetti. Oh my god, I made a mess. I like me some confetti. And I ordered the complete set. The whole shebang I was packing up. So I got 10 oils and 40 foods. So for my 10 oils, I have olive oil, sesame oil, no, that's sunflower oil, coconut oil, which looks like it didn't melt all the way or didn't coagulate all the way. There's something floating in there, which I'm not quite sure. Could be a little mixer. No, I think it's just, no, it's just coconut oil particles, because coconut oil is normally solid. Sesame oil, peanut oil, red palm oil, that stuff looks thick. Avocado oil, salmon oil, hemp oil, and walnut oil. Those are my 10 oils. Now let's get into my 40 foods. All right, so I don't know how exactly he packaged these. I'll have to look on his website to see what goes with what. I am seeing a lot of things I didn't realize could be put in bags. Why don't we go with protein? Let's start with protein. Give me just a second here. All right, I have divided up all the food into the different categories. I've put them in my own categories. I have meats and protein, seeds, foraging, fruits, veggies and fiber, calcium, and snacks. Let's get started with the first category, meats and protein. For meats and protein, I have quail egg yolk. I really like, it's in a flour consistency. It's definitely like dried egg yolk. I like that it comes in a little baggie, so that way whenever I need to get some out, I just scoop some out of the bottom. Salmon. This salmon is actually a really good color. I've noticed a lot with salmon you buy, freeze-dried salmon you buy at a pet store, or even just salmon you get at a restaurant. It's normally bright pink, which I've recently learned through just watching different fishing videos. It's not supposed to be that huge, bright orange, red, pink color. It's gonna end up looking a little bit like this after it's been cooked, dried, and ground up. Chicken. This chicken honestly looks like something I would give my dog. It looks so good. It looks like real chicken. Krill. I actually have jumbo red shrimp in a jar. It's technically for turtles, but at the time I was trying to find foods that were good for my hermit crab, and that was one of them. So the fact that this comes with krill is honestly amazing. Same thing with the river shrimp. The river shrimp actually comes, I see heads, I see eyes, I see tails. It basically comes just chopped up, which is great. I can just pick some out, take a little pinch, put it in there. In my experience, hermit crabs enjoy picking apart their food. They like holding it down with one claw and then eating it with another. Grasshoppers. I suppose you can get these on your own, but I don't know how to dry, wash, or process them. Same with crickets. I suppose you can get these on your own in any tackle and bait shop, but the fact that he has prepped them for hermit crabs, because I'm sure there are things you have to do before you can give it to a hermit crab, is amazing. These minnows literally come whole. Literally looks like something I would throw in my cat's food. It looks like something I would eat myself. I'm big on tinned fish. I love eating sardines, minnows. There are other little fish that come in cans. I'll eat them, heads and all, spit out the spines. So this, to me, looks delicious. If you drizzled that in some olive oil and it wasn't freeze-dried. Plankton. I didn't realize plankton were this big. I thought they were itty-bitty and microscopic. Those are big plankton. Soldier fly larva. When I first saw this, I thought it was botfly larva. That's so big. I've never seen fly larva that big. Mysis shrimp. This kind of looks like oats, but it's packed full of protein. Great for hermit crabs. And finally, mealworms. I tried to get these at my local pet shop for my hermit crab. The only way they would sell them to me is either live in a little jar, which you are not supposed to do, or they would give me 10 gallons of chicken feed. For the seeds, we have pumpkin seeds. These are real pumpkin seeds too. They're green. They are, oh, I cracked one. They're kind of hard shelled with a soft inner center. These are fresh pumpkin seeds. Hemp seeds, which I've personally never seen before. I've seen hemp rope and I've seen hemp oil before for joint pain. So, I don't know, maybe my hermit crab's got some achy joints. But this stuff, good for them. Chia seeds, this stuff is good for humans as well. We should probably all, hermit crabs included, eat more chia seeds. Great for digestion. Don't eat these though. It's fish food. And flax seeds. I guess flax seeds are kind of big because this has been crushed into a powder. It's also in a different bag, which is odd. It's the only one in this type of bag. So, I don't know much about flax or flax seeds, but I do think it's odd that it comes in its own bag. Maybe it can't get wet. That's probably what it is. Can't get wet. All right, for foraging, we have maple chips. It all looks good. No stains, no colors. Everything in here looks fresh. It looks like it's the right color. It looks great. Catappa leaf. I actually have Catappa. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I actually bought this in a kit made for betas. It was called a beta floaty kit. And I put it in a little pit that I dug into his substrate. And I call that his foraging pit. But I'm glad that it comes in like a little smaller thing. I'm glad that we got more because I'm running out. Oak chips. The only time I've ever seen these is when my dad goes out and smokes some meat. Love chamomile tea. This is definitely not for human consumption. It's most likely processed or not processed for hermit crabs specifically. Love me some chamomile tea though. Raspberry leaves, calendula flower, roses, and finally moss. That was our foraging set. For fruits, we have some things I have never even heard of or seen freeze-dried. We have raisins, a fruit medley, which looks like it even has bits of dragon fruit in there. Goji berry, which I have never heard of. Is it delicious? Banana, pears, and 2 apple slices. For fruits, veggies, and fats, we have wakame seaweed, spinach, alfalfa, coconut, peanuts, walnuts, oat bran, and rolled oats. No, I sat on one. No! A big ass is in the way. Quit making scary faces. For calcium, we have oyster shell, coral, worm casting. Is this just shit in a bag? I think this is just shit in a bag. Eggshells and cuttlebone. And finally, for snacks, the reason I put these in their own category is because I was told not to give them too often. That is popcorn, bee pollen, and of course the itty bitty little banana chip they gave us. All right, that is all our foods. Now, let's stock the shelves. All right, so the little thing I've got is technically for makeup, but we're gonna be using it for hermit crabs. First, we are going to do all the various oils. And of course, his water treatment. Moving on to the various calcium bags. And now the foraging bags. And these two little holes are for the snacks. And now the individual drawers, starting with meats and protein, fruits, veggies, nuts, and fats, and finally seeds. Goodbye, overprocessed food. And dang, I didn't want to leave. Let's give our hermit crab his first real meal. For his protein, I'm thinking chicken in the bowl. There's a scoop. Oh no, it's in your pile. For his veggies and fats, I'm thinking alfalfa and oats.
What did you do? What are you doing?
And for his seeds, I'm thinking hemp seeds. Put that there. With a drop of hemp oil on top. And for his snack, I have... Nope. And for his snack, a couple pieces of popcorn with a small scoop of bee pollen. Now for his oils, which I think I'll put on these two little thingamajiggas on here, I'm going with red palm oil, about 3 drops of that, and coconut oil for some healthy fats. Oh dear, that looks like an egg. All right, now we are going to put that in his cage. By the way, this is his cage set up. I know it's pretty small, but there's only one of them because he killed his tank mates. And, well, no, I think his tank mate might have just gotten purchase syndrome, which I heard happens. And I would show you the little guy, but I don't know if you can see him in here. He is soft as a baby's bottom right now. That was my complete review of custom hermit crab foods. I will link their shop in the description, and hopefully my hermit crab will harden up by tonight and we'll get to see how much he ate. Thank you so much for watching.